Unfortunately, I'm someone that do not like to share my burden with other people.
Do you have this Superman complex, like I can take it all kind of thing?
I don't think I can take it all, but I just don't feel that I want to share the burden with others.
Right, because that makes you feel like you're less of a person or you're a liability to others.
I would guess so. Yeah, it made me feel very helpless.
I think sometimes it's the word. I mean, I face this a lot as well. I think it's like, if I'm not being useful, I'm useless. Is that kind of mentality?
Exactly.
But I just wonder whether you and I share this common trait, which is I'm very mean to myself inside. I can talk to everybody really nicely, and they're wonderful people and everything. But for me, I'm the piece of shit in this whole room. Like, I treat myself very, very badly in my own head. I don't know whether that's healthy or not.
Same. I'm not saying that it's healthy, but I think it's the same thing that happens for me. And in fact, for a lot of people out there. But I think recently I reconciled better with this, in the sense that I read somewhere, if you get triggered by all this self-talk, negative talk, just imagine if your friend were to tell you that. What would you say to that friend? If I were to imagine my friend actually telling me the same thing that I'm telling myself right now, I will ask that person to fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be your friend anymore.
Yeah.
So why would you want to do that to yourself? So I always, whenever I hit that stage where I'm going to be my worst critic, I would think about that. Would I tell that to a friend? If I would not tell that to a friend, why would I tell that to myself?
Yeah, it's a very walk the talk thing. It seems to be the recurring theme here, right? You walk the talk. If you can't do it yourself, then how can you do that for others as well? It's a very interesting thing, when we talk about that. Now, again, circling back to the damage that it dealt to you when we went through burnouts and everything, with the mortgage, the car, everything. So you couldn't sleep at night, and how did that lead to your daily function after that?
My coping mechanism was just drinking a lot, smoking a lot. Yeah, it's how I try to cope, and basically just take those pockets of time to momentarily forget the things that are being thrown at me. Yeah, but of course the reality is next day I have to go through the same thing, which is why 11 years later, from the day I've started the business, I decided, okay, I think no point for me to carry on.
Right.
And in fact, in a way, I'm glad that it took place when I was much younger, because I have friends around my age right now, or even older. I see some of the health condition that they have crazy one. I have people who had burnout and hospitalized for 1 month.
Wow.
People with heart palpitation, and this guy last time Iron Man one. I know this other friend who he looked like Iron Man, but he has this, I think he has suspected Parkinson and stuff like that.
Okay.
There's this other lady, global HR director, eczema came back because she was managing Singapore and US, working literally 20 hours.
And you think it's stress-induced, that this inflammation just comes up like that?
I feel that stress has always been there. But of course, firstly, as you grow older, you are more senior, right? More senior means more responsibility. More responsibility means more shit lah. And the other thing is, biologically, your body just cannot take. It's like a rubber band. You keep stretching.
Eventually,
one day it will just break. So I'm glad that all that happened to me when I was much younger. If that happened to me like 10 years later, wow.
Can you imagine if it happened to you now?
Cannot.
Could you take it?
I don't think I can take it. Yeah.
But then I would like to juxtapose this, because I'm in a phase right now. I'm 41 years old, right? I was an idiot that actually wanted to start a business at the age of 40. I go on my own, all right? I went no more bosses. If that happened to me, to the point whereby it's really the pits, and let's just juxtapose that onto you, how would you have dealt with it? What would be your coping mechanism, knowing what you know now?
So I think just like what I did during my first business is knowing when to call it quit. Yeah, because ultimately you have to weigh what is important. I remember I was so busy at work trying to turn things around. I even missed the birth of my third kid.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's something that I can never get back. So I think to an extent, there are certain things that you just have to weigh out and see what is more important. But the thing is, there's this saying, right? Especially when it comes to sales training, when people say no to you, it doesn't mean no forever.
Yeah.
It just means no now. Yeah. So I will look at it from that angle and, okay, this is just a temporary retreat. Yeah, let me try to see how I can regroup myself and then try to approach this all over again.